Visual on bottom.
Great.
Got bottom in sight.
Altitude 20 meters.
And we can immediately see lots of pillows.
Yay!
Lots and lots of pillows.
Never get tired of a nice pillow lava mound.
And if any of those wondering, those samples we collected yesterday were absolutely beautiful. And that's coming from a biologist, talking about rock samples. They were pretty special.
Altitude 9 meters.
All right, so we are looking at the bottom. We're looking at basically all pillow lavas, moderately sedimented. There's a lot of what looks like particulate in the water, a little bit more than we've seen anywhere, right? Diva?
Yes.
Thank you.
On our way down, we saw a lot of particulates in the water column, and that's usually sort of a non-identifier, but quite characteristic
pretty
of
steep.
areas around hydrothermal
So we want
vents.
to start thinking about our first move here.
Yeah, we're looking at a 20-minute delay, like yesterday.
So
We'll
looking
get
at
settled in.
I
Sirius.
need to go starboard.
Yeah.
Well, for the local high.
Yeah. Which I think.
Does that agree with what IPAC says?
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh, we're starting to get some sort of bottom reflections, and the tracking's going a little wonky.
Yeah.
Look at that weird looking pillow lava off to the left. Looks like it sort of broke apart
Bring
several
my
different
heading
times,
around.
sort of extruded.
Okay.
Starboard.
Yeah, if you
Lava.
center it up on the local high.
Okay. It's like about 195 or so. Let's wait for another sonar swing.
Okay. Checking the Z bias here.
Let's hold that one more.
All right, you guys feeling good?
Yep. Yeah, I think about 195 looks to be the local high.
Yeah.
You guys still happy with a northerly bailout?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then when you get a chance, you can range in my sonar.
So shore
I'm gonna
base
come down a
science
bit.
team.
Give you more tether.
I'm not sure if we're necessarily exactly in the right spot on the high pack bathymetry, but we are using the AUV Sentry data as our background for the high pack, which
Range
is
50 meters.
stream 3 on the quad view, and at
I'll
least
check
the
out my CGDs.
depths are matching up quite well thus far.
All right, Sirius is set up nicely. Got a little bit of tether.
Watch lead, this is pilot.
Go ahead, pilot.
Yeah, so as you said, there could be an offset in the bathymetry, but the depths are exactly correct.
Yeah.
So that's a good
great.
sign.
Exactly, that's what I was just thinking.
And we're lined up, we're facing the local uphill direction, which is about 190. And ready to move or look around as you'd like.
I think we should probably start moving,
Yeah, head
honestly.
straight to the first waypoint,
Yeah.
please.
Well, we'll follow the terrain up, and it
Yeah,
should
yes.
bring us there, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So let's start with a 30-meter move, tether
Yeah.
length.
And
Yeah.
pilot, I think you're aware of this, but you know, we just want to, if we see hydrothermal staining, if we see microbial mats, those are what we're looking for today
Okay.
to help guide us as we
They're the
move with
clues
this pattern.
on
Yeah.
the way on the search.
All right.
You guys happy with 195 or something?
Yeah, 195.
Yeah.
We'll do 30 meters.
30-meter hop coming up.
Let's do a 40. I'm already way out here.
Okay.
We can do that.
and then we'll
Hey,
reassess.
Bill, do you want me to give a little intro to this dive?
Bridge, are we now?
I would love it if you would give an intro to this dive. And please just remember to introduce yourself.
Oh,
and,
yeah, we're ready
and
for a
then,
ship
Tell
move.
us what's going on.
40 meters, bearing 195,
this is
0.2
Bill
knots.
Chadwick. I'm with Oregon State University. And
Copilot,
I'm
want to do
Newport,
the
Oregon
drawer
right
in
now.
and sliders out and all?
Sure. Good copy, Bridge.
Be ready to sit
I
down.
also work with the NOAA Pacific Marine Environmental Lab, which is in Seattle and here in Newport.
Peter, you want to zoom on this
Thank you, Bridge.
broken pillow?
We chose this dive
Can we
site
zoom on the teeny fish? It just went off the top of the screen.
building upon an expedition that was out here last December.
There he is.
On the
Okay, video, let's slowly go in on this
Which
fish.
is operated by
Roger.
the Schmidt Ocean Institute, and we also had science funding
Okay, hold
from
there.
the NOAA Ocean Exploration and Research Program. And what we were doing was exploring the southern
Get your
half
swing arm
of
set up
the
as
Mariana
well.
Back Arc for hydrothermal vents. A few vent sites were known in the south, and a few vent sites were known at the north
Okay, video,
end of this area, but there was a
pretty
big area
well
in between
centered. You
that
can
was
go in
pretty much
as
unexplored.
like
And so we did surveys with an instrument that we lower over the side from the ship on a cable that has lots of sensors and
I can go in a bit
bottles that
further.
Okay.
sample the seawater.
he's kind of
Towed it
hiding in the
along
darkness,
axis
but
of the
I'm gonna
back
turn
arc
over
where
to
two
him.
plates are spreading apart and volcanic activity
There we go.
happens along that plate
Okay,
boundary.
full zoom.
And we looked for plumes that might
Tilting
be coming
up.
from hydrothermal vents up above the seafloor. So kind of like smoke, the way smoke rises from a chimney at a house, the same sort of thing happens underwater, where if warm water is coming out of the seafloor, it rises up until it becomes neutrally buoyant and spreads
Wanna
out.
just let him
So we
swim
can look
across?
for those.
Sure.
And where we
He's stopping
found
actually.
plumes with the sensors towed behind the ship. We also had on board the Sentry autonomous underwater vehicle, which is operated by the Woods Hole.
Okay, I'm just gonna lift off.
And with the Sentry, it's an underwater vehicle.
What time did we start that move now?
Down close to the
22,
seafloor
42.
and do
Take a video.
high-resolution surveys
Boy.
of small areas. So where
43.
we saw plumes
43,
with the ship,
so 2303.
Then we put Sentry down to try
Roughly.
to better locate where the source was
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
seafloor.
That's what I expect. Yep.
And so this is one of those sites where we saw a pretty big hydrothermal plume up
So
in
just
the
got your swing
waterfall.
arms out, just
Just the
and where we
lowers.
did
yeah,
one
just
of
the
those
lowers,
Sentry
just out just a
surveys.
bit.
And
Alright.
so we're,
Well,
our
if we get to
path
some
during
super
this
steep or
ROV dive,
chimney-like things, remember to bring them in.
take us
Yep.
to
Um,
a few
But yeah,
of
there's
the
nothing here.
many places
Protrusions at
that
least.
Sentry
Yeah,
saw,
so far.
signals indicating
pretty interesting, though.
hydrothermal source
Tara,
on the
can
seafloor.
you brighten up Sirius a bit more?
This place that I know
Thanks. There we go.
has
That's
never
great.
been looked at on the seafloor
If I go
before.
too much more, it's gonna
This
get-
event was
Sure,
unknown
sure. I just want to be able to see
a few months
Yeah,
ago.
sure, Roger.
surroundings. That's perfect right there.
We're
Thanks.
gonna sit for. So this is
The ship
all
is halfway
new,
through the
and
move.
Not every
Excellent.
day you get a chance to see a brand new hydrothermal vent that nobody's seen before. So hopefully we're going to find it. It could take a little searching, but that's the
Oh,
the
come up.
background going into today's dive.
Great, thanks, Bill.
You're getting to the end
Yeah,
of your
we're,
tether.
you know-
Yeah, a bit though.
We're all
Okay.
really hopeful that we'll get to see some active hydrothermal venting today. It may not happen. Great, thanks, Bill.
You're getting to the end
Yeah,
of your
we're,
tether.
you know-
Yeah, a bit though.
We're all
Okay.
really hopeful that we'll get to see some active hydrothermal venting today. It may not happen. Sometimes it's actually hard to find these vents. It's not an exact
Yeah, let's
science.
try to get this.
But we're going to do our
thing.
best, and even if by some chance we
Coming
don't
up.
find vents, I'm sure we will find lots of really interesting biology and geology to look at. What was that?
So I didn't want to interrupt. Oh, it's just a polychaete. Okay. I didn't want to
Just a
interrupt
polychaete. He's
Bill when he was
very
chatting,
sensitive.
but that fish we were focusing on was
Okay.
an ophidiid, or a type of cuskeel, likely from the family,
video,
sorry,
you
not
wanna
the
zoom?
family, from the genus Lucicorus, which we saw a couple of on maybe dive 4, dive 5, one of the
and
earlier
these
dives.
tether.
We saw quite a couple of them on one dive. Maybe it was a
Might be
trench dive,
tugging on you a
actually.
little bit.
Yeah, we've got.
Oh, look at that nice pillow.
Oh, you got some tether.
He's got
That
some
one's
tether,
weird
yeah.
Oh, he's got plenty.
I came up a bit,
Okay.
so you can go back to the wall.
And Ev, can you
So these are, we're
drag
going
up
beside
the
pillow
color bar
mound.
to get rid of this, the
You know,
bright
somewhat
yellow
similar to
washed out?
yesterday's dive, if you saw any of that. But
Yeah, that's better.
obviously, this one is quite a bit older.
that good?
Yesterday, we were diving on
Yeah,
flows that
you
we
can
did
zoom
were
to
only
30. I think there's
a
nothing
couple
beyond
years
it.
old at the most. And these ones have been
Just
around
want the
a while.
colors
We don't
nicely
know
balanced
exactly how
and,
old
yeah.
these are, but
yeah.
you can see there's a fair amount of
As far as you
sediment
can
that
see
has
in
rained
detail.
down
And then if you
from
can't see
above
farther, you zoom in.
on them, and little pockets of sediment in between the pillows. I'd guess that these are probably, I don't know, at least 100 years old. It's a little hard to know. Depends on the.
Let's get this polychaete video.
Roger.
There's not too much.
So this polychaete is from the genus
Coming
Swimmer.
up.
It's a type of acrocyrrid.
happy.
And what is exciting about this polychaete is that, I mean, you can guess why it's called Swimmer, but what is exciting about it is there are, I think, 4 species in this genus, and what they do is they drop their gills as a mechanism of getting away from predators, and their gills resemble
Great.
sort of green bombs. So basically this defensive mechanism has kind of made it,
Coming out
you know,
partial.
I guess,
Where'd he go?
nicknamed sort of the like green bomber worm. You may have heard of that. But it basically looks
And
like
he's off.
it's
He's a
dropping little
swimmer.
green bombs
Let's see if he
that
comes
glow
back.
so that the predator sort of follows those
There's
green
another one.
bombs,
Oh.
and then that can get the
Well,
worm can get
Okay.
away.
Okay.
Just like in the hunt for the Red October. We just watched it last night.
Look, more biology.
Ooh, okay. So can we just get a quick zoom on these? Thingy one is
Okay, video. You can go in.
Did you call it thingy one?
no. I think one is.
Okay, hold there.
Like, is it thing
Okay,
one, thing two,
so
thing
these
three?
are Brazinghids. They all have 6 arms. 2 of them are missing one of their arms each.
Thank you,
These
Bridge.
are likely Phrastera
They're
Brazingid,
getting in the shadow. Sorry, video.
which are a type of sea star. They're
Coming
suspension
back and
feeders. Usually their arms are sort of more elevated into the water column to get food, but these ones just kind of look like they're holding on for dear life. But yeah, that's great. Thank you, pilot.
You're welcome. You happy with that video?
Yes, we could get a quick establishing shot, I suppose.
Yeah, go for it. We've got a few minutes till the ship comes.
All right. Well, if we have time, we could do some imaging then.
Yeah. I think it's cool with the striped rock there.
What'd you say?
I think it's cool with the striped rock in the
Yeah.
background.
That would be a
Do
striation.
we have time for a zoom?
Striation. Yeah, go for it, video.
Okay.
Is that a striated pillow lava?
It is a striated pillow lava.
Wow.
As I said, providing lovely background for the biology in which
Yes.
we will find. Today,
Striking.
we have just gorgeous rocks to frame them.
That's great.
So for those of you who might be wondering why we're sitting here imaging a nice piece of biology, a Brazingid, and looking at the rocks, it's because we have to wait for the ship to move, and then we have to wait for the ROV to sort of follow along with the ship. So
I'm starting to feel that move now
Yeah.
already.
never-
It's only been
Alright.
it's
10
never
minutes,
super,
but
super fast. We can't just say, oh, we're going
Guess
to
not.
drive off in this direction
So
and
not
do
as much of a
exactly what we
current
want to do.
today.
We have to
Video's
have
clear.
this sort of a delicate
Alright,
dance
thanks, video.
between the ship Sirius, which is the camera sled
was pretty quick, 10
above
minutes.
the
Yeah.
ROV, and then the ROV
Let me know when
itself.
you want another one and what direction.
Yeah, I think once he pushes out, you know, even if we're partway through this move, we might want to get the next one called in. But
I think 195 is a good direction.
yeah, seems to look good.
We'll see what D2 sonar picks up here, but
Well, we should take a little time and let Sirius finish, because overall we only need 2 or 3 moves to get to where we think we're going, right?
That's a good point.
aye.
And we definitely don't want to overshoot.
Hey, Nav, question.
Go ahead.
Okay, video.
Where is waypoint 1 on this high pack map?
Can zoom in.
It's actually. Do you see my mouse?
Yep.
It's
yeah,
it's
it's
up
right
here.
there. Okay.
So it's
I'm sorry.
right.
Where's waypoint 2 on this high pack
Oh,
map?
it's just right down here. Here. It should be right.
No, perfect. Okay.
It's the top of this one over here.
Got it. Thanks.
So yeah, right now we're about 250 meters away.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Tilting down.
All right, so shore base scientists were about 250 meters away from waypoint 2, which was actually our first of the hydrothermal hit waypoints. And we're looking at, is that a Holothurian again?
Oh, didn't even notice. Okay, yes. So this is a Holothurian. Not one we've seen before on this
No, it's a
expedition.
different
I
color
don't
than
think.
any of the ones we've seen before.
Yeah, it's a beautiful color, and it's peach. Very similar to that Hylanema we collected that time, that sponge. Perhaps it's doesn't have any of the papillae on it. Some type of synallactid again, maybe. It's not in the guide.
Uh-oh.
I know.
The animal
I'm like,
guide
oh,
has
no.
let Diva down.
Okay, want to get lasers on it? Copilot, can you do
Sure.
lasers?
Yes. Lasers on.
You can see its little podia below that it uses to sort of walk along, though.
Okay,
Oh,
once,
the little
once you have
pointy
this
bits?
video,
Yeah.
we can do establishing with
And
lasers.
so what are the two things called
Okay.
that stick out of the front? You can tell the geologist is asking these questions.
I mean, papillae?
Are they the papillae?
I don't think so. That's
Alright.
usually when they have
Alright.
the extensions
Thank
on
you.
top of their body, that's papillae. But those are just 2 on the end. Maybe they are papillae as well.
Look at that, like 10 minutes into our dive and we've been stumped by a Holothurian.
I'm not sure. Some more Brazinghids, Munidopsis, lobster, spot
at-
lobster coming up.
Yeah, but look at the lava.
Yeah, that's a pretty weird lava formation,
Yeah,
right?
it's awesome. It's just an awesome pillow lava.
So
It's
we've
okay.
already seen more biology in the first 5 minutes of this dive than we
Okay,
had
video,
in the
let's do
entire
a
dive
zoom on the squat
yesterday.
lobster.
I am a much happier camper. Oh, and there's also another fish, but I think it's the same kind. So yeah, this is a
Were you
Munidopsis.
having
Sorry?
Were you having withdrawals yesterday?
Oh my gosh, it was terrible. It was
Not terrible.
okay.
It was a
The
fantastic
geology
dive.
was fantastic, but the biology was terrible. It was I was suffering in the back row. But the Munidopsis here is
Pristine seafloor.
Exactly. Pristine seafloor. And again, remember there's a good biological tie-in to that pristine seafloor in that it helps to repave the area and then you can know when things are colonizing it.
Chris Kelly agrees with me. He said amen in the chat.
What? Sorry, I'm
And
bumping
just
around
So
here
I
on the
have a
video. Can you
question
come out of
for,
touch?
Of course.
Stace or Diva.
Okay.
So do some polychaetes live at hydrothermal vents and some
There we go.
don't? And
Beautiful.
are the ones that live at hydrothermal vents, are they dependent
Okay.
on the
So
vents?
it looks like it's
or,
going to start
like,
getting
are they chemopathetic,
steeper
or
up ahead.
do they
Okay.
just take advantage of other food there?
Just get this guy and then I'll
Stace, do you want to
stretch
answer?
out.
If not, I
Shout
can
and
jump
we'll
in.
Check it out.
And Stace, if you do
I
want,
guess I'll start.
did you introduce
Yeah,
yourself
Piles,
already?
this is a
Sorry.
relatively
Okay. All right,
steep
video.
area.
Let's
I'm
go.
Faith
Go out
Beaulieu,
here.
and I'm
Okay, roger.
speaking from Woods Hole, Massachusetts, the Woods Hole Oceanographic. And yes, there are some polychaetes that live right in the flow and farm bacteria on their backs. And you might have heard of the alvanellid worms and paralvanellid worms. But there
So
are
how long
also
ago did that
many
move
other
stop?
polychaetes that essentially graze the surface, so they might graze
So,
the microbes.
I called it in at
that are
22:43.
chemosynthetic.
I
And
expected
then
the
there
swing
also
to
are
start at
polychaetes that are
23:03. Dan said he felt it
essentially just there
almost.
because the food
It's
is
about
more abundant, and
22:53.
they might be,
Okay.
you know,
He- so he
considered
felt the
regular
10-minute.
polychaetes that
I was
are
expecting maybe
inhabiting
a
the area
20-minute
because
delay.
of the abundant food.
So
I guess as I'm listening to your answer, I'm realizing.
I'll let it
guess
sit
I
for a couple more
meant
minutes
to
before I call one in.
Scale worms. So
Okay.
the scale worms is a subset of polychaetes. Is that right?
Yeah, so
Those-
scale worms
those
is a
guys that
family,
swim a
Polynoidae.
lot.
Is that critter on the pillow lava an anemone or something
Yes,
else?
so this is an anemone.
I think it's an actinophyllid.
It's not one of the vent ones.
Which is a type of anemone.
Hey, a reminder to the shore-based scientists, if you can actually type these into the event log, and if you can use the codes that go along
Okay,
with
video.
that, it would be really
Good to zoom.
helpful. We want to be able to use those codes to get back to match the imagery later.
Okay, partial.
Okay, pilots,
Well,
I
the
would be
problem is
comfortable
that geologists don't really know the
calling in another
biocode.
one. We are
Okay.
I agree with
250
that. I
meters from
understand that.
1.2. I think we do want to get
I
to
still don't
1.2
either.
earlier than
A bit
later.
tighter if we have time.
So Stacey,
Waypoint 2 is pretty far south.
answer
Well,
applies
waypoint
to
2 we're going to
scale
hop over to, right?
I know, so waypoint
Hi, so
2,
there are
Is waypoint 2 on the top of this
species
feature?
scale
Oh, I
worms
see.
in
It's the top of
particular
the
that are
next
known
feature.
from the
Okay, video.
back arc sites and
go
the back arc
wide.
jet sites.
250.
Roger.
And they
Full
are
wide.
more abundant at
let's
that
let
area.
so
Carl push
my
out.
guess is they are
Okay,
vent
yeah.
associated.
See what it looks like.
I
And
don't
then
know if they harbor
we'll get a
any
move called in pretty
chemosynthetic
soon.
microbes, but there's two morphologies in particular I'm going to be looking for on today's dive.
but then there's also ones like the ones
Right,
we just saw
so
that aren't
happy with another move?
vent-specific. Is that
Yeah,
right?
I'm
Carl?
happy.
Okay. I'm happy
That's
with
correct. Those are
195.
the
195
local
looks,
polychaetes
well,
that might
40
just
meters?
happen to be taking advantage
So
of more
how does
food.
that agree with our
the high pack.
high pack?
I
Yeah.
think we might be over here.
I'm getting a little
Yeah.
bit of a return to port on Sirius.
So now, when you have a moment.
Yeah, go ahead.
So do you think we've got an offset on this map?
Once we move up this hill, I'll have a better idea, but I'm suspecting we might be a little bit further east, but it could just be a local thing.
Yeah.
So once we move up this hill like 30 more meters, then I'll be able to tell.
Perfect, thanks.
Yeah.
Do we want to do just do 30 meters at 195?
So we're just scooting along
You
this
wanna do
pillow
more?
mound.
Let's just do like
As was
180
said earlier,
maybe to
this
try
is
to
definitely more
follow the high
sedimented
pack.
than we saw yesterday, which is
yeah.
not surprising.
I mean, follow
we didn't
the
expect to
sonars,
see,
but maybe
super
edge a little
fresh
closer to the
young
high pack.
pillow lavas
Okay.
here today. They're nice and long
40
and
or 30?
stringy. Cute little pillow lavas.
Let's just do. I'm out here. We could do 40.
Bridge RV nav. Yeah, I'd like to request a ship move, 40 meters, bearing 180 at a speed of 0.2 knots.
And so what we're really trying to do right now is we're making our way to the second waypoint.
Thank you, Bridge.
As we do that, we're sort of heading towards the local highs. We're
Pushing
probably
over,
going to
almost
be
Okay.
sort of moving upslope through these pillow lava mounds. I'm guessing that we're kind
There you
of
go,
going
180.
to be looking around the
Hopefully
tops
if
of each of
that's
these
real,
mounds as we
we'll
move towards
Kind of
waypoint
move up.
2.
Yeah,
miss it, yeah.
Sure.
So I haven't sat down on these pillows before. They're kind of slippery.
Just a little tether left.
Okay.
Aggie, McDowell, and Turpin, please report to the library. Aggie, McDowell, and Turpin, report to the library.
Okay, video. Would you like to zoom?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we've got a swimming holothurian here.
Bit too close.
You called to move in at what time, Nev?
There.
23:01. So 1 minute ago, I called that move in,
Okay.
and 21 minutes ago, or 19 minutes ago, I called in the.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
get.
that one's all done.
I think so too.
Oh, I thought you just knew that, and I was about to like
So
go crazy
40
in the
meters,
back.
Pilot, well, you got
And
lasers
it
off.
wasn't even on the video.
40
of me
meters,
actually
180.
getting the right number.
At 0.2 knots is
or
what, like 6
Peniagony,
minutes? Is that right?
Two very easily confused.
Yeah.
40 meters at 0.2 knots?
Genera.
6 minutes?
I think so. I'll double check. Yeah.
But you can see it's got this sort of sail-like
Yep.
velum,
Okay.
which it sort of, they suspect helps carry it when it's swimming. As well as you
Okay,
can
zoom
feel
in a
his little
bit.
feeding appendages at the front. They're the ones with the little hairy bits on the ends, as well as his podia for walking.
They're very graceful.
They are.
It's
Which you
always
wouldn't
nice to
think.
watch
They're
the
like
whole thing.
seals, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Coming back up.
Not very graceful on land, extremely graceful in the water.
They're definitely not graceful on land.
Are we good for video?
Almost. We just, the ship's on its way.
Oh, good.
Just
So you've got time.
getting this, yeah. Okay, video, whenever you're happy.
Alright.
We can hold this for another...
Tell me when. I'm trying to get a stable.
okay, let's let it go.
So, Shore-Based Science team,
Okay.
I have a question for you.
Thank
On
you.
stream 3, we've got
It
a
was
quad
beautiful.
view. I think right now it doesn't have the sonar on it. Would you prefer to be seeing sonar at some point in time? Or are you happy with the quad view as it stands?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I'll ask video to put up the sonar in the quad
Not
view.
much tether left.
Yeah, I'll come down. The sonar is definitely not improving on Sirius as far as
I was
180
just thinking
Yeah.
that even though
we'll do the next one.
there's not fresh lavas at the
to local high.
Well, we
here,
haven't moved from that
probably a good
180
bet that
move
there's
yet.
magma
Still have another
below the
5-6
seafloor.
minutes before we feel it.
That's because we're at the high of this back arc segment, the highest point along the segment, and that's usually where the magma supply is centered.
So if you just want to hang out here, I'll let you know.
Probably the magma under here fed that eruption to the south. And also it's
Yeah, in
probably
6
the heat
minutes,
source for these
Sirius
hydrothermal
should start
vents
swinging.
that are in this area, also at the high point of this bridge segment. So you can imagine some glowing molten rock beneath the ROV, maybe a kilometer or two down.
Yeah, you're pulling me now.
Okay, I'm just going to get this sea star while I wait for you.
Sure.
Can you come down a few meters to give me some more tether?
Sure.
Thanks, Bill. That actually makes a lot of sense that we're on the axial high right now. Oh, there's a little piece of biology.
Okay,
A
video.
little asteroid
Zoom in on this sea star.
or sea star.
Not that I don't love this biology that we're seeing so far, but I'm really hoping to see some vent biology.
It's dirty.
Okay, so I've seen one of these before somewhere.
Can you pass me the code sometime?
Full
When,
zoom.
Oh yeah, sure. It's ASR. Anyway.
ASR?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Got some returns on Sirius sonar. See the slope now.
I don't
Oh,
think
it's ahead.
Krisma is
That's good.
watching
Yep.
today, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're pretty much squared
So
on
we're
it.
going to have to try and figure this one out on our own.
170, 175.
Oh, good.
Thank you, Bridge.
Are those its little tube feet?
But you can exactly see its little tube feet coming out below.
Are we clear?
Yeah.
Great.
Can we get lasers, Copilot?
You got it?
There are lasers. All right. So yeah, I'm glad to see the terrain rising, this heading in a series
Yeah.
now too.
Yep.
Hello. Starfish, huh?
Yes. I was just calling your name.
Hi. I guess I'm a little behind.
That's okay.
That
I think
looks
we're
like
feeling
a
it already,
Priscilla
actually.
to me.
You think we are?
You haven't
Any
moved back,
further
have you?
guesses,
No.
Chris?
7 minutes.
I'm sorry. I wasn't sure you were hearing me.
Yeah, no.
No, I think that's what it is. That's a sort of a characteristic deep sea starfish. Usually they live buried under mud. The typical depth for these species is in the abyss, and they were among the earliest sea stars studied that have wide
Did we do this?
distribution
We did
all
40,
over the
right?
world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Off
we did.
the top of my head, I
Should help us.
don't
And what's our
recognize
depth?
which one this is, but they usually feed
So
on
I'm the
mud,
bottom's at
and that's how
3,890,
they,
and the contour we're on is 3,890. Okay.
They eat is they swallow a whole bunch of
Yeah,
mud.
that last move was
And
180.
there's
I'm lined
no
up on
anus
like 170,
or
175, and it looks right up slope. So
Good.
other
we're
holes,
looking
so
good.
it just sort of
90 degrees with high
accumulates
pack.
inside their stomach, and then they just digest all the food, and then it just comes back out the other
Yeah, I
side.
think
And so
high pack
when
is
they're
lining up
seen,
pretty good now.
When they're collected
I'd
with,
say.
with trawls,
How far away is
they
that
often
peak?
Okay,
occur
video,
in
let's zoom on
hundreds.
this.
You
It's
can find
about
a whole bunch
90.
of them
From
just
Sirius,
Yeah.
gouged
Video,
with-
let's zoom on
with
this trip.
mud and feathers.
115.
So seeing one out like this is kind of unusual because
That's good.
I
Hold
was
there.
always under the
Holding
impression that they
pressure.
were buried. The reason that I can tell it's a porcelain asteroid is because if you look at the surface, there's actually a little tube coming off the top, and those are used to provide gases and other kinds of exchange. That's called an epiproctal tube or an anal tube that sits right where the anus ought to be, but because there isn't one, it's called something else. But
Okay, to zoom a little
but
further.
That's
Yeah.
nice to see. I don't think I've ever seen one alive and out like that before. So that's very interesting. They're like I said, they're usually buried. Anyway, so it looks like you guys are on to other things. So I'm watching tonight. So hopefully we'll see more starfish.
That's
Thank you.
great. Thank you, Chris. And for those of you that didn't know, that's Christopher Ma from the Smithsonian Museum in D.C. He's one of the world's leading experts on asteroids or sea stars, but also is very knowledgeable on all echinoderms. So he has
Okay,
been
video.
an essential
Okay.
tool during this expedition to identify asteroids, and he's
He was well
absolutely
behaved.
great calling in.
Yes,
and
he
giving
was
us his
very
knowledge.
cooperative.
We love it when he calls in.
Yes, definitely.
Not to mention beautiful.
Thank you, Chris.
I learn something every time. I'm
Right.
not sure I retain
So
it, but I
you're
really
definitely
I do
catching up
learn
to me now,
something.
co-pilot.
Yep.
So that
Yeah,
shrimp
that
we
move
just
was
saw
like
was likely
8
a
minutes.
Pnid shrimp,
Started feeling it
which
after
we've
8
seen
minutes.
quite a couple of. They're
Also, you were
ubiquitous
drifting back a
in
bit,
the deep
which-
oceans.
It's part of it, but we're definitely moving.
And we're still seeing pillow lavas. There's definitely a lot more biology on these guys.
Yeah,
They've had a
definitely,
chance to
right?
colonize. Oh, look at that pillow basalt.
That's awesome.
Oh,
totally
it has a hole.
awesome.
It's like an arch.
Yes, it is totally awesome. It's like art. Pillow basalt art.
Want to frame up the basalt
Sure.
for a quick one? That's good.
Turn lasers off.
Yeah, that's good. Actually, the lighting's getting worse.
I could try to fix that
Uh,
if you want.
I'll just turn back. That's cool. Are you happy with that video?
Yep, we are.
All right.
Thank you.
Keep moving on. All the sonars look good for uphill.
Yep.
Where we were going. They think all the other ones were hits. But they're hits that have a fairly wide lateral.
It's been about 12 minutes since I called in the last move.
So we're still wandering upslope. We're going to try to find some of these local highs, but that's really a secondary interest to trying to
According to
find some
HiPAC, I mean, this is
hydrothermal
the
venting in
steepest
this
terrain,
area.
right?
And so what we're
Should
going to be
be.
keeping our eyes out for, not only in the main camera, but also in the Sirius feed, is hydrothermal staining, microbial mats. So if anybody sees anything that looks orange, or if anybody sees anything that looks white, you're going to shout it out loud. That's the way it's going to work.
So, I guess whenever you guys are comfortable with another. I haven't quite followed all the timing.
Is Sirius done swinging?
About how far are we
Dan?
from waypoint 2?
Yeah, I'm not feeling much more, I don't think.
I
It's
will
hard
ask.
possible to tell on HiPAC now. We're not getting good returns, but yeah, I think like look at sonar now, like this is 170 or so. Oh,
Now give a moment.
Yes, I do. D2 is about 200 meters from waypoint 2.
Thank you. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
All right, so we're about 200 meters from waypoint 2. Bill, I think you just asked that.
yeah, maybe do another 40 meter move. And how does 170 look to you and look on HiPAC?
Waypoint 3?
Nope, that's waypoint. At least it appears to be waypoint 2. Let me look at our maps. Hold on a second. No, I want to look at the flater mouse and make sure that what we think is waypoint 2 is waypoint 2. Yeah, there's waypoint 3. 4 is on the next one down. Yeah. Yeah, so Bill, we're 200 meters away from waypoint 2.
Coming up.
So from way up here, we can just see this absolutely incredible field of pillow basalts, which are lightly sedimented. And you can spot a Brazingid, sea star, an anemone, lots of particulates in the water.
175. Bearing.
So Bill and others, if you look at the flater mouse scene that we sent out
Stand by.
yesterday,
How does that look to you,
can
Carl?
see that
If you,
what we're doing is traversing over those
so you're
local highs
160.
before
Yeah,
that
it
they're
looks like
just
it's shifting
north
more to
of
port, which
waypoint
matches
2,
with
or
what
at
we
least that's
said.
what we're trying to
yeah,
do.
I think that's good. It'd be nice to pass over the bumps.
160 degrees. Call it in.
Yep, thanks.
Bridge, RV nav. Ready for another ship move. 40 meters, bearing 160 degrees, 0.2 knots.
Okay, thanks.
Good copy, Bridge.
Yeah, that'll line up nicely.
Yeah, that's good that Sirius's sonar matches these
HiPAC,
maps. Yeah,
yeah.
That's good.
Better than yesterday.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking if we can try to get these two top ones, however big picture, I think they want to truck to waypoint 2 down here.
Yeah.
So we'll just try to keep a good pace and keep our eyes out.
Yeah, exactly.
See a fish in just above you.
Coming up.
Serious.
Okay, video. Let's get this fish. Hold there. Coming up. Okay, yeah, zoom as you like.
Roger.
Coming back down.
I mean, this is some kind of cuskeel or ophidiid, but I am not sure what kind. It has a very round head, but its eyes aren't quite beady enough for Basazitas, I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong.
Come out of Tad.
Yeah.
He's on the move.
Yeah, he's on a mission. Maybe it is a Basazitas.
Okay, you can go back in. That's good.
Oh, we're missing our fish
Roger.
expert today.
I know,
Taking the
Bruce.
weekend
Partial.
off.
I mean,
That's okay.
We can't. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can't follow him for that.
And that's
you're
really
pulling
what's
me down.
so amazing about
Okay.
these shore-based science teams and the
All right, video.
the
Let's let him
distributed
go.
science
Alright.
model of the Okeanos Explorer. is that we can call upon world experts in different
Nice
disciplines
photo.
and fields,
Okay.
and get the right
Coming
answers
back
for
to
the
center.
things that we're
Okay.
seeing immediately. And we can look at pillow basalts. I'll just throw that one in.
That was a good spot in your camera, Copilot.
So, pilot. Oh, they're changing. Never mind. I won't talk to them. Well, then I should stop talking to them.
All right. Can you hear me? All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sirius should start swinging in about 7 minutes, Carl,
Okay.
at 26.
So now that I'm not piloting, I can keep track of this. So you're starting the ship, and the ship moved 40 meters, takes about like 6 minutes, right? Or so?
That's what we said, yeah.
And Sirius starts a couple minutes after that.
10 minutes is what
Yeah,
we've
well,
seen.
like, yeah, 8 to 10.
So like 2 to 4 minutes after the ship stops, Sirius starts. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
Hey, Nav.
Go ahead.
So,
6 zeros, we're lined up.
Bill Chadwick just sent me a waypoint to, like, he just sent me the lat long. Can I check it with you to make sure that it's the same one?
Yeah, for sure. I can either drop one and make the points what you have, or I can just look at what my waypoint 2 is.
Okay, I think I need to convert it because it's just in, like, a decimal degree. So, give me a second and I'll turn it to,
I can...
Oh, you can do that?
Yeah, hold on. I can throw it in my converter, then I can see every...
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Give me 1 minute here.
Okay.
What do you have it in right now?
Just decimal degrees, like 144.5 something something.
Okay, you can just read it to me and I'll write it.
Okay, that would be great.
144.5.
So I believe we'll start feeling that
yeah.
move now.
So it's 144.510005
Okay.
and 15.496834.
Nav, can you get us centered back up on the ship and all again?
That.
That's cool. Nav, Copilot?
So Patty Fryer, who's one
Can
of
you get
our
us back to
University of
navigating the ship?
Hawaii geologists, who's
Recenter
joining
head
us
back.
on this
Oh, okay.
expedition and will actually be the geology science lead
Sorry about that.
for leg
It's okay.
3 in June and July, is noting how fantastic the striations on these pillows are. And
Do you wanna
Patty, I
zoom in
have
video?
to agree, they're pretty awesome.
And here we've got another one of those
Video.
large actinostolid anemones.
Look at that pillow, it's like hanging out in space. You see that?
Holding partial.
Thank you.
I'm trying to bring Diva the joy of the pillow lavas. I think she might be over them
Go ahead
from
and zoom in
yesterday.
more.
But look at it, it's like hanging out.
Which one are you talking about?
The one that the anemone was on.
Oh, the arch? Was that
It
one
was
the
just sort
arch?
of like out in space.
Do you want to take another look, or?
No, we can keep
Okay.
going.
All right. I figured.
Yeah, today
Wow,
is really...
okay. No, I mean, I think we both agree.
No, we did
that
both agree.
Today is,
We're on a mission.
yeah, we're fine with, zooming in on whatever interesting biology or geology we see, but we really want to try
Make
to
progress.
make
Hit
haste.
those waypoints.
Oh,
All
so
right.
is that a different waypoint too now, Nav?
Yeah, I replotted
Yeah.
the waypoint too, and it looks like we're substantially closer.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we missed. I mean, we're already headed. We were gonna go there anyway, honestly. So.
Yep, we're headed right there.
We're heading. So I think there's waypoint 2 sort of
Another C
on
star.
the
Same one.
west of the middle of the
Sure.
That's distracted.
All right.
And waypoint 3 is on the next.
All right, you want to go partial video?
Sure.
Hold there.
So this is the same sea star, I think, that Chris was just telling us about, and he was saying that they ingest all the sediment and don't have an anus to expel it. And so this is what tends to happen. Can you see that sort of bulging,
Okay, zoom in more.
basically, on the top of it?
But does it eventually expel it?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it sort of tends to hold it in there for a while.
So is the
that rock
darker sediment that's around it,
So-
is that bioperturbation? Or
Exactly.
is,
Every-
So that's obviously
every
where
time
it's
I went to
passed
sit on
and
a
had
rock,
little
they're so
feed
smooth.
as it's been
Yeah,
walking
and
along.
separate off.
They're at
So
weird
they,
angles,
so they
slip off,
essentially
yeah.
walk, and because their
Tara couldn't
mouth
have
is
been
on the
too happy with
underside,
most
they
of
can
it.
just walk and feed at the same time.
All right, you can zoom in more. Frame
And
it
you
up.
can also see what I think
zoom
is little
in.
mice
Roger.
next to it. Yeah, so do you see how distended his disc is?
yes. Yes, I do.
Full
Descended.
of
Yeah, that's
sediment.
full.
And you can see those little
Oh, look
tube
at his
feet.
little tube feet.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tara, come back
No
up.
worries.
Okay, that's great. Thank
That's
you.
good.
We can
Okay.
continue going to the waypoint whenever we can.
That's just what I said. Slip off.
We're all on the same
Patty
page.
in Hawaii, and it's a question for Bill regarding the waypoint. Is it on the southwest lump of the larger pillow mound that we're looking at on screen 3? Just basically
Oh, there's something there.
southwest
Do you want to do a
of
snap zoom
the
video?
image of the ship. Is that what we're headed for?
Yes.
Holothurian.
And so these were positions where the Sentry AUV got the sensors on board, saw some thermal indicators.
Zoom
as it
in
was
more.
flying
So now
70
what's
meters
our
above the bottom,
bearing now
on
from
track
D2
line,
to,
going north
let's
south
go to the
that
center
are
of the cone there.
spaced about
I
100
think that's what they, no, sorry.
meters
Yeah,
apart.
right there.
So
161.
Okay.
that's
16,
the
yeah.
information we
Okay.
have.
Zoom
so
out.
the,
So I think
the waypoint 2 is
we're skipping
the place
the
on the
rise to
bottom,
port,
right
so
under where
we might have to
Sentry
ignore sonar a
saw
little
the
because obviously
hydrothermal,
our sonars will tell us to
signal.
go east for a while.
Thank you, Bill. That's great.
Copy that.
Yep, thanks,
Feel
Bill.
a
And
little awkward,
actually,
So there's obviously some uncertainty as to where the vent actually is on the seafloor, but we'll start there and then probably look around from that point.
and Bill, we'll check your further waypoints as well. I think once we hit waypoint 2, we should check on waypoint 3 and just make sure it's in the right place.
Yeah, good.
So how far is D2 from waypoint 2 now?
67 meters. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm feeling pretty good about another 40.
Yeah.
Okay.
It should, according to HIPAC, it should be fairly flat from here to there.
Do you want to go 160?
Yeah.
Straight toward it?
Yeah.
Cool.
We should, in our sonars, we should see the ground rising to our ports. But that's, we're skipping that
I
one.
think I can
40 meters.
I don't see much
160.
up above.
I'll call it in.
Sounds good.
Bridge, RV nav. Yeah, another ship move, same as last. 40 meters, 160 degrees, 0.2 knots. Good copy, Bridge.
What was the bearing on that? Sorry.
160.
160. Okay.
There's a fish, but it's pretty far.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
suspect,
Yeah, we can do a snap zoom on it. Hold on. Bring it back around.
like Carl said, there will be a
Okay, zoom in.
elevation coming up on your port side that we'll ignore, and we'll just keep.
And maybe if you look at the coloring a little down, it's like downhill. too.
Yeah.
Go zoom in more. Hold there.
Full zoom.
I think the
Look,
40
it's a
meter
fish.
move's good because we don't quite trust all this.
I don't know what kind
Like
of
he's
fish.
at
But it's a fish.
3860, but he's on the 3870 contour.
Copy that.
So stopping 20 meters shorter where we think it is, we might actually be there. You know.
Okay.
That move was a 40 meter move.
Yeah, 40 out of 60, right?
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Yes, that's that little local peak.
We'll just keep a keen eye on D2's sonar. If we see something crazy, we can back the ship up.
Want to drop a target here, like local high, and
Okay, you on a local high right now?
Yeah.
D2 is?
yeah, that'll and tag it at 3860.
Okay, as a depth.
Yeah, and that should help. It actually,
Yeah, it auto does.
fairly well agrees with.
Yeah, 3862 is what USBL has.
It's pretty close to the parascientific. This guy.
Oh, yeah. That's 3860, 3859.
You did all those when we got to the bottom, right?
Wow, this
Little
one is
chart.
like
What's great
On the
about
checklist.
having high resolution
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
telemetry from that we have here from the Sentry AUV is you can
That's
make
like
it
modern
gives you
art
so
right
much
there.
more detail of the bottom. And,
D2
you
USBL
can make
was
sense of what you're seeing
4
from the
meters
ROV based on looking on the map. So,
deeper
for
than
example, on the map, we're just coming.
Then
We're at the top of a little local
gooey.
high.
That's
and
great. We don't
Same thing with the ROV. We're just cresting.
we don't
a
expect the
little high,
USBL to be even that close.
And then we'll
Okay.
go down a little bit and then back up a little bit to where.
I'm gonna range out
next
the
waypoint is.
D2 sonar a bit to see the next rise.
Okay.
We'll even go out to 80 for a second.
Oh, is that a- Can't tell what that white thing is. Maybe a crab. Do you want to zoom in video?
So at your heading now, 110 is a peak.
So this is
oh,
another
that's the
Meodopsis
that's the other hill.
lobster.
Yeah. So 40 meters ahead at a bearing of 105, he sees a peak. Is that right where the other peak is?
Okay. And zoom out. I think we got an ID.
Forward.
Pretty close.
So at 160, yeah, it looks like we're going to be going slightly downslope. Which
a little bit
We
too left.
expected that.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you see anything on sonar if you head straight 160?
Can come back around.
You should be 44
And is that the
meters
other
now.
peak at 160?
Should
Is
be.
that the idea? Okay.
Yeah, there should be 2 peaks in your sonar, yeah.
Right.
44 meters out, bearing 171.
So there, he's locked. So
I've
hold
got-
that for a second.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, you're splitting too. So we would want to go to the starboard one, which,
It's actually a little further.
yeah.
Oh, I'm at 168 though. Already. 170.
151.
So maybe this will help us calibrate our offset on the maps. Huh?
USBL has some error too.
Of course.
Um,
So it looks ahead at, can you go a little farther starboard?
So it's probably that peak.
that's definitely
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So 193 from where he is now.
Well, even a little more. Hold on.
0.
I'm at 200. More, yeah, 200.
Okay. Well, after this move, it should be
4 minutes, you'll get the move.
Yeah. So after this move, we should end up looking. We should be like here, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll just have to head more westward towards it.
Okay.
But we're only 30 degrees off.
Yeah.
So I think it. And how far away is it? It's 40 away.
Yeah.
Okay.
The peak's maybe 50, but
I think
right where my cursor is where Sirius should land after this move.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be perfect. We're going to
Okay.
be safe.
Okay.
Distance from the, and we'll.
And we're just
D2 sonar
showing.
will be nice and
We're
close.
showing up. So we're showing up a little bit west of the terrain. Like if the terrain shifted,
Okay.
would you agree?
Yeah.
But we can get a final number when we sit down on that top, and then draw a picture for all the navigators.
So you're definitely moving now
Yeah.
toward 160. So I'm just going to kind of settle along here.
Yeah. Do what
Keep
you
an eye
can.
on the tether.
Yeah. Keep an eye and keep once in a while look 160 to make sure there's no chimneys or
Obstacles,
something.
sure.
Yeah. And then if you lose it, it's fine just to go in blue water, I guess.
Okay.
And I won't come down until you're pretty far below me.
Sounds good.
Should be able to zoom this in now. Right. Watch lead co-pilot.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if you followed all that discussion up
Move
here.
complete. Thank you, Bridge.
We're where we are seems to line up pretty well with the bathymetry we were given.
Awesome. Okay,
And
that's great.
we just passed over what we marked as local high on HIPAC.
Great.
And you can see in their bathymetry there is, even though there's no contour there, it is kind of a local high there,
Yep.
less than 10 meters tall. And now in our sonar, about 50 meters away, we see the mound that should be waypoint 2.
Perfect. Okay, great.
And we're headed there.
That's
But
awesome.
we do have to pass over this little depression or valley, so that's why we're just kind of looking
Okay.
off into blue water for the next 5 minutes.
Okay, is it shallow enough that we might actually still see bottom, or you think we're really going to
Yeah, I think he'll be able
Should
to
be a
keep.
5-meter depression.
Yeah, he'll
Okay.
keep an eye on the bottom. But
be great? Thanks.
Yep.
Swing over and take a look again. I'm already kind of settling off to starboard.
yeah,
I guess we finished that last move, so
the ship did, but I think Sirius is
not-
still going.
yeah, okay. Yeah, that looks nicer. So I can already see the upslope on the other side.
Did you say you could already see the next slope?
Yeah, and then
Okay.
sonar, you can see the peak is
Oh yeah.
I could come up a bit more, but it's not too far away.
Yeah.
Oops, sonar just froze. There we go.
So you're
That peak's
facing.
probably like 30 meters away. Does that agree with IPAC?
Let's see. 39, 40,
Yeah.
Okay.
38.
All right. Well, I'll just hang out here. Turn around.
Yeah, that agrees. USBL is jumping around a little bit because of the depth. So yeah, now I got you at 30. And these maps are more accurate than we are used to, so yeah, looking good.
Definitely, I'm not seeing the peak yet. I'm just seeing this mound off to my port side.
Yeah.
So my sonar's not very helpful at the moment.
There's some excellent navving going on in this room right now.
It's tricky when you have these detailed.
Yeah.
Trying to hit small, trying to hit small
Too
target.
much detail. Yeah. I think this is a crinoid. Do you want to zoom in video?
So we saw crinoids similar to this on previous dives. So this
partial?
is a match-live crinoid, which means it doesn't have a stalk, like some of the others we've seen. And this one has 5 arms, so perhaps it's a pentametrocrinus. We did collect one very similar to this on one of our earlier dives.
This is the one that Josh got.
Thank you, pilots. That's great.
All right, so I'm
Zoom out.
thinking we should kind of aim the ROV. I think it's about 200 degrees.
Okay.
at that high.
All right, turning 200.
Would you agree?
Yes.
And then I'll change my heading. I think I pretty much stopped moving. So I'll
Yep.
change my heading to line up with you.
I'm going to push out.
Yeah, and you can push out, and then we can start moving me that way once we're comfortable. So
So
it's about
30 meters or so.
if you guys are facing local high right now,
yeah, I think the map's offset about 30 meters to the